Hello, my name's Tom Kane. About 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, I came home and found a bad message on my answering machine. A man who claimed to be Dexter Cruz, an enforcement officer with the Canadian Revenue Agency, said I was in serious trouble for fraudulently filling out my 2014 and 2015 tax returns. And I had to call a certain number and report to him. Being somewhat curious, not enough as I will explain, I checked out that phone number on the web, and it traced back to a CRA, Revenue Agency, phone number. It took me a long time to find out that that's actually a doable trick. I called Mr. Cruz, or so he called himself, the next day, and he promptly, officially, not with a collection agency anger, but officially said I owed CRA roughly $4,900 to $5,000. He named an exact figure. And if I didn't pay it immediately, the police would be at my door in half an hour. So began a really torturous day, because for reasons, well, okay, here's the explanation. First of all, I grew up in the States with the Internal Revenue Service, and they are vicious. Second of all, I grew up in the city of Chicago. Well, the Chicago police are not remarkably polite, professional, and considerate. So yeah, I was scared. And after numerous phone calls and various supposed CRA people, and even somebody pretending to be calling from the 24th Division of Toronto Police, I went to my credit union and got $5,000. And under the direction of the Mr. Cruz, went to a variety store with a Bitcoin machine. That should have been clue number 2 at least. Bitcoins are not real money. They are a way of disguising where money came from and where it goes. And it turns it into a cryptocurrency. And in the midst of all that, of course, the same so-called police officer called up on my cell phone. And I actually said, I'm not going to tell you where I am. I'm just going to go pay the money. And I'm not. And I finally found the store that had a machine that worked under the direction, again, of the so-called Mr. Cruz, and proceeded to fill $5,000 in $150 bills into the Bitcoin machine. And of course, I don't know where the money went. I'll never know where it went. I don't even know what country it went to. And when I finally got home, there was no police car sitting in front of my house. Well, to say I was pissed off. To say I was embarrassed. Yeah, I was. I still am. The headline that was used for the feature story in the Toronto Star said, I should have been smart, but I wasn't. Lessons. Don't believe them. They called me up. CRA doesn't do that. The IRS does. And their collection agencies do. IRS sends you a letter, not even an email. Good old Canada Post, put a stamp on it, computer typed letter explaining all the problems. Lesson number 2, I found out from the Toronto police. Well, first of all, the police will not handle it. They won't touch it. They claim it's a matter of jurisdiction. I think they just don't want to bother. The RCMP doesn't want to bother. But the police did inform me that they don't follow orders from the CRA. There was not going to be a police car parked in front of my house. They don't do arrests at the direction of the CRA. I didn't know that. Now I know it. There is a federal fraud agency, so I'm registered there, for what that's worth. They can't trace it. As I said, they don't even know what country these guys were in. It sounded like they were in Ottawa or Toronto. But the condition of telephone communication nowadays doesn't matter. By the way, with respect to checking the phone number, there are web-based fraud schemes. They can catch you. Once they've built a trap into my phone, they can trace where I'm trying to go on my computer lines. And they can make a number look like it belongs to the CRA or anybody else. I guess if I wanted to, I could do the same thing, but it would cost a lot of money, and I'm not really a crook. What I am is out $5,000. What you should not be is out a whole bunch of money. Reality. I spent a lot of time being really pissed off, embarrassed, till finally I got a bit of revenge by talking to this Toronto Star. If the CRA wants to talk to you, if the CPP people want to talk to you, Canada Pension, they send you mail. They don't send you email. They don't knock on your door. They don't phone. They send you a letter, and they explain the circumstance. Don't do that. They call you, hang up the phone. Or what we used to call hang up when we had phones that you hung up on a clip, or a cup, or a hook. Don't believe those guys. Don't be out 2,000, 3,000, 14,000, 2,700,000. I'm not exaggerating. Mine was small potatoes. I think that's the phrase. Small amount. Don't you fall for that.